Good morning, students. Welcome to the biology class. We are continuing with our chapter life process. In our previous session, we had discussed about the transportation in animals, in which we discuss about our blood vessels, about our blood components, and today we are going to discuss pumping organ, that is human heart. This is very important as well as very interesting. So let's start with the structure of human heart. What is heart? Heart is muscular pumping organ. Pumping organ, muscular, made up of a very special types of the muscles known as the cardiac muscle, of a size of a closed fist, means that is your band muthi. It is situated in the middle of the chest between the two lungs, and it's conical and is tilted to the left. So the heart is present in the left side of our body. It is enclosed in the bony cage formed of a chest wall, ribs and the backbone. Heart is enclosed in a sac called pericardium. It is a membrane structure formed of a two pericardial membranes, and between the two pericardial membranes the fluid is present known as the pericardial fluid. The function of pericardial fluid is to protect the heart from injury and friction, because it provides a lubrication by which they can protect the hearts from the various wear and tears. So heart chambers. The human heart is four-chambered. It consists of two auricles and two ventricles. So let's see this figure. We are having the right auricle and right ventricle. This blue color indicates that in the in the right side of our heart, we are having the deoxygenated blood. Whereas in the left side, that is your left auricle and the left ventricle, that is red in color, means that is the oxygenated blood. The auricles are separated by the interauricular septum. Similarly, the ventricles are separated by the interventricular septum, and auricle and the ventricle of a right side is being separated by the valve that is called as a tricuspid valve. Similarly, the left auricle and the left ventricle, they are separated by the valve that is your mitral valve. But commonly, both the valves are known as the auricular ventricular valve. So the right and the left, the auricles and the ventricles, they are being separated by the valves known as auricular ventricular valves. And they are having some semilunar valves with the blood vessels which is present in the aorta as well as in the pulmonary artery. So what is auricle or atria? Atria is basically the one or the singular form of your auricle. They are known as the receiving chambers because they receive the oxygenated as well as the deoxygenated blood. The right side receives the deoxygenated blood, whereas the left side receives the oxygenated blood. And the two thin-walled auricles are separated by thin interauricular septa. The right auricle receives the deoxygenated blood from the body by the two large veins. They are known as the largest vein, that is your superior and inferior vena cava. The left auricle receives the oxygenated blood from the lungs by the pulmonary veins. So the auricles, they are known as the receiving chambers. They are thin walled because they have to pump the blood only to their adjacent ventricles. Whereas ventricles are the distributing chambers because they have to distribute the blood to the body parts. And the two thick-walled ventricles are separated by thick and oblique interventricular septa. The right ventricle supplies deoxygenated blood to the pulmonary aorta or the pulmonary artery. and the left ventricle supplies the oxygenated blood to the entire body by the largest artery, that is your aorta. So you have to remember the largest vein is superior and inferior vena cava and the largest artery is aorta. So each atriums open into the ventricle of its side by atrioventricular valve, that is your AV valve, but on the right side they are known as a tricuspid and on the left side they are known as a bicuspid, or that is known as a mitral valve. But you have to just learn that each atrium and the auricle, they are being separated by the valve that is known as your AV valves. Semilunar valves guard the opening of the right ventricle into the pulmonary artery, which carries the blood to the lungs. Three semilunar aortic valves guard the opening of the left ventricle into the aorta, which has to distribute the blood to the body parts. Ventricle have thicker muscular wall. Why? Then the atria, because ventricle have to pump the blood to the various distant parts of the body. That's why the ventricle, they have a thicker muscular wall as compared to the atria. Atria are thin wall because they have to pump the blood only to their adjacent ventricle, whereas ventricles are thicker wall because they have to pump the blood to the various distant part of the body. This is very important question. Working of human heart. This is very important. In mammalian heart, oxygenated and deoxygenated blood remain completely separate in the right or the left part of the heart. Mammalian heart shows double circulation. So what is double circulation? Very important question. What is double circulation? The blood passes through the heart twice through the separate pathway for completing one cycle. And these pathways are deoxygenated or pulmonary circulation, oxygenated or systematic circulation. So one by one we will discuss what is deoxygenated and what is oxygenated circulation. So in this figure you can see both the pathways. So this blue color indicates the deoxygenated blood, whereas the red color indicates the oxygenated blood. Blue color क्यों है? Because of the high content of CO2, and the red color is because of the high content of the oxygen. So the right auricle or the right atrium receives the deoxygenated blood from the body part through the vena cava, like this way. So they are being received by your right atrium with the help of the blood vessel, largest vein, that is vena cava, that is superior and inferior vena cava. After receiving the blood in the right atrium, they contract and passes the blood through the opening of AV valve into the right ventricle. Now the right ventricle will contract and passes the blood to the pulmonary artery, which carries the blood to the lungs for the oxygenation. So from the vena cava to the atrium to the ventricle and then to the lungs through the pulmonary, this particular pathway is known as deoxygenated or pulmonary pathway. Whereas after getting the same blood oxygenated, then it will taken by the pulmonary veins and carries to the left atrium. So when the left atrium they contract, passes the blood to the left ventricles through the AV valve or the mitral valve, and then they contract and passes the blood to the aorta through the aortic wall, which is the largest artery of our body, to the rest of the body to get the oxygenated blood to carry out the metabolic activities. So the blood, this deoxygenated blood travels twice to the heart, first in the right side and then with a different pathway to the left side, and then passes to the body. Again that get deoxygenated and come to the vena cava. So they are being separated. The same blood follow two pathways while passing to the body. इसका मतलब है कि इसी deoxygenated blood को पहले right side पे जाना है, राइट साइड से ये लंग्स पे जाएगा, लंग्स में इसमें ऑक्सीजन ऐड होगी, फिर ये पल्मोनरी वेन से लेफ्ट साइड पे आएगा, लेफ्ट साइड से ये वेंटिकल से आयोटा से होता हुआ फिर बॉडी के पास जाएगा यूटिलाइजेशन के लिए। तो उसे हार्ट में 2 बार आना है, तब जाके वो अपना एक साइकिल पूरा करेगा। That's why it is known as double circulation. The blood comes twice to the heart to complete one cycle. पर इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि जब ब्लड आपके राइट साइड पे है तो लेफ्ट साइड खाली होगा। लेफ्ट साइड अपने ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड से फिल्ड होगा। ये दोनों जो चैम्बर्स हैं आपके, ये एक साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे। ये अपना डीऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड अपने राइट वेंट्रिकल को देगा और ये अपना ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड अपने लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल को देगा। फिर ये दोनों एक साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे। ये वाला ब्लड अपना पल्मोनरी आर्टरी को देगा और ये अपना ब्लड आयोटा को देगा। आयोटा ब्लड ले जाएगा बॉडी के पास, वेरियस ऑर्गन्स के पास, ये लेके जाएगा लंग्स के पास। लंग्स उसको ऑक्सीजनेट करके दोबारा से लेफ्ट एट्रियम में भेजेंगे और सेम टाइम पे ही विने के बाद डीऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड आपके राइट एट्रियम में कैरी करेगा या सप्लाई करेगा। तो हार्ट के चैम्बर्स आपके कभी भी खाली नहीं रहते। तो जो डीऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड है उसको ऑक्सीजनेट होने के लिए एक कंप्लीट सर्कल लेना है, पर दोनों चैम्बर्स आपके एक साथ काम करते हैं। दोनों में ब्लड है, एक में डीऑक्सीजनेटेड, एक में ऑक्सीजनेटेड। सो दे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइमल्टेनियसली, दे passes the blood from atrium to the ventricle, from ventricle to the lungs and the various parts of the body, and that goes on. This is what called as a double circulation. So in detail we are going to discuss again. What is deoxygenated or pulmonary circulation? Deoxygenated blood comes from body to the upper chamber on the right. The right atrium as it expands through the superior and inferior vena cava. So deoxygenated blood from the various parts of the body comes to the upper chamber, that is your right atrium, with the help of the superior and inferior vena cava, which are known as your largest vein. As the atrium contracts, the corresponding lower chamber, the ventricle dilates, means they are open, the valves are open, that is every valve they are going to open, and from the ventricle the blood is pumped to the lungs through the pulmonary artery. For what purpose? That is for the oxygenation. Now this deoxygenated blood once left your heart, then come back to the heart, to the left side, and then supplied to the body. This is what called as a double circulation. So what is oxygenated or systematic circulation? Oxygen rich blood from the lungs come to the thin walled upper chamber of the heart on the left, that is the left atrium, through the pulmonary vein. The left atrium relaxes when it is collecting its blood. It then contracts जब पूरा chamber भर जाएगा, while the next chamber, that is your left ventricle, they are expand by the opening of the valve so that the blood is transferred to it. From the left ventricle, oxygenated blood is distributed to all parts of the body through the largest artery, that is your aorta. So you have to learn separately what is deoxygenated, what is oxygenated, name the blood vessels which helps in carrying the deoxygenated blood to the heart, from the heart to the lungs, and similarly the blood vessels which are carrying the oxygenated blood to the heart and then carrying the oxygenated blood away from the heart. So that is very important question of 5 marks. So in this is your NCERT figure. So during the examination you may draw this or you may get unlabeled and you have to label it. So here you can see this is the deoxygenated blood which the vena cava is carried from the body and passes into the upper right atrium. Now from the right atrium it is passes into the right ventricle. From the right ventricle the deoxygenated blood goes to the lungs with the help of the pulmonary artery. Here the oxygen is added and the deoxygenated blood becomes the oxygenated. Now this oxygenated blood from the lungs is passes to the left atrium, that is from the lungs with the help of a pulmonary vein. From the left atrium it passes into the left ventricle which contract and passes the blood, oxygenated blood, to the aorta which is your largest artery, and aorta carry the blood to the body parts like this way. So this is what called as the double circulation, the pathway of the double circulation, the various pulmonary artery, your veins which are being involved. You have to learn it very carefully. Next, a very important question of your NCERT, that is the importance of double circulation. What is the importance? Why it is necessary? Why it is significant? So double circulation prevent mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Such a separation allows the highly efficient supply of oxygen to the body cell. It is necessary for the birds and mammals as they have the high energy needs for their metabolism to maintain the constant body temperature. So these are the two important, you can say, the points by which the double circulation plays a very important role in the birds and the mammals, and why our body maintains the temperature which is constant. So temperature, our body maintains the constant body temperature because our oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, they are separate. So this is your NCERT diagram. So sometimes it can be asked you to draw the transverse section, or the heart shows the various arteries, veins with the arrows of a double circulation. So here you can see this is vena cava from the upper part of the body carrying the blood to the right atrium. This is your inferior vena cava carrying the deoxygenated blood from the lower part of the body to the right atrium. From the right atrium it passes into the right ventricle, and the right ventricle that contract and passes the blood to the pulmonary artery for the deoxygenation to the oxygenation to the lungs. From the lungs, when the blood gets oxygenated, passes into the left atrium with the help of the pulmonary vein. Left atrium passes the blood to the left ventricle, and the left ventricle passes the blood to the aorta to distribute to the various parts of the body. So this is the pathway. Both the deoxygenated and oxygenated blood are separate, and that increase the efficiency of our body, that maintains the constant temperature of our body, and this type of circulation is known as double circulation. So this is very simple definition of single circulation, which is being seen only in the fish, because the fish, they are having a two-chamber heart and there is no particular separation of oxygenated or deoxygenated blood. So when the blood goes through the heart only once during one cycle of the passage through the body, such type of circulation is known as the single circulation. The example is fish. Why? Because fish, they are having a two chambers, one auricle, one ventricle. There is no particular distinguish between or separation between the oxygenated and deoxygenated, whereas the fish heart always carries the deoxygenated blood. That's why the fish heart is also being known as the venous heart, because in the fish we are having the deoxygenated blood. So this finishes your transportation in animals. Along with that, we have already finished with the transportation in the plant. So we finished with our another life process, that is the transportation. This is very important life process, very interesting life process. Please go through it, consult your NCERT and note down all the content of the PPT in your biology notebook, and we will have our Zoom live class in next week to get your queries. So next lesson will be on another live process, that is your excretion. Till then, stay home, stay healthy, stay happy. Thank you.